All right, here with Coach O'Neill after a doubleheader sweep and a series sweep over to the number 14 team in the country. Obviously, really big wins for your squad. Let's start with game one and with a performance from Brandon Kuntz today. Coming off of that start against UVA Wise, which was pretty rocky, stellar performance, went the full 7 innings in the first leg. How good was he?
I thought he was phenomenal. I mean, I think he struck out of the first time through. He had 14 strikeouts, but the first time through the lineup, he struck out 8 out of the 9 batters.
Yep.
So, I mean, he was dialed in. I mean, he really took to heart what happened to him at UVA Wise and worked really hard this week, and he came out and he was extremely sharp.
And what does that tell you about his confidence in himself and the ability to bounce back?
Well, it tells me a lot. You know, nobody wants to come out here and do poorly, you know, and he did poorly, you know, last week. And so he had to live with that for the entire week. And, you know, he, like I said, he worked really hard this week, and he got rewarded for that.
Yeah, and then offensively in the first game of today's doubleheader, fantastic. 12 runs coming across on 10 hits. The offense really got things going there late in the game as well. So talk about the offensive effort as a whole.
Well, I think, you know, we were swinging the bat. We're swinging at good pitches. We were taking our walks. Basically we were taking what they were giving us, you know, and then they were allowing us to have a few extra base runners. We get a hit here and there. You know, runs just kept coming right in. And once we kind of got a little bit of a lead, and the way Brandon was throwing, you know, they really didn't have a whole lot of hope, you know, on their side. We just kind of kept leaning on them, and, you know, the score was what the score was.
Yeah, and then we move into game number 2. Didn't get the starting pitching that you got in the first 2 games of the series, but the bullpen did a good job keeping it quiet and allowing the team to come back from that deficit. So talk about the bullpen's effort, and in particular the man getting the win, Luke Barrow, going those 4 scoreless to close things out. Talk about his effort and what he's meant to the team as a transfer.
Well, obviously, you know, Luke coming in, you know, he put those 4 zeros up for us. You know, I think he had 7 or 8 strikeouts in his 4 innings. Did a phenomenal job. I mean, just getting us back in the dugout. And we kind of felt like when Luke got in the game, you know, momentum was starting to shift a little bit, that we get some zeros. It was, you know, good things were starting to happen. You could feel it here at the ballpark where the energy in our dugout really started to get going the last half of the baseball game. It really wasn't there, you know, in the beginning part of the game. But the second half, we definitely had a lot of energy.
Yeah, and then you rally in that big bottom of the 8th, capped off by the sophomore Ethan Ott. Conference Freshman of the Year last year, comes in just as hot here in this sophomore campaign and hits that 3-run homer. What has he meant to the team?
Oh, I mean, Ethan's a great player, you know, and, you know, he was in a great spot right there, and, you know, they got to a fastball, and, you know, Ethan was on time for it, and it was one that he'll always remember.
Yeah, absolutely. Reflecting on the series, getting the 3 wins, keeping that 0 in the loss column over the course of the year. Undefeated up to this point, 3 wins over a top 15 team in the country. What does that do for the confidence of the team moving into the season?
Well, it definitely helps, you know, everybody's confidence as far as that, because Belmont Abbey is a very good ball club. We kind of had their number, you know, this weekend, and that happens. But, you know, they're a very good club. They're going to win a lot of games. I mean, they came into this weekend undefeated also. And we kind of dictated some terms and so forth, you know, through the weekend, and, you know, the ball bounced our way and we won all 3 games. You know, but they're going to win a lot of games. You know, that's what I told our team after the series. It was, you know, those are 3 quality wins, you know, over a regional team, you know, a top 25 team. And, you know, they're going to be there in the end. So, you know, that's a really good benchmark for us where we're at right now as a club. And getting to play some tight games where we've been ahead, we've been behind, you know, and having to, you know, find out a little bit about ourselves, you know, through the course of this weekend. This was a good weekend for us to get guys out there and have to pitch with pressure. Guys have to bat with pressure. You know, there were some out safe calls, you know, dealing with some adversity. I mean, we had a whole bag full of different things to deal with, you know, over the course of these 3 games. And, you know, it's just great to see how we responded, you know, to each one. You know, we have to learn from it. Sometimes we responded maybe negatively, and, you know, we got to learn from that, you know, we got to let it go and work on your next play on the field or whatever it may be.
Yeah, well, congratulations, Coach. Big wins here this weekend, and good luck. We'll see you this week.
All right, thank you.